Hi everyone, welcome to Gen Z News. To begin today's episode, I would like to introduce an unusual cat with the iconic hairstyle as one of the most influential figures on Twitter with lots of controversial statements. One of those tweets is about climate change and a cat believed to be a China hoax. So, is climate change a real thing? Well, lucky for us, I have with me here today a special guest, Kate, a climate data scientist, to tackle the problem using facts and figures. Hi, Kate. What would you say about climate change skeptics?
Thank you, Tony, for the introduction. Right. I believe to answer the question of whether the climate change is happening, we should consider the data for temperature, sea level rise, and extreme events, which are all very vital indicators of our climate. First, I have here with me an average temperature anomalies graph. As can be observed from the graph, temperature anomalies have increased dramatically over the last 55 years, rising from nearly zero point 0.1 in 1960 to 1.18 in 2015. This also implies a rise in the absolute temperatures during the period. Next, we also have a graph of sea level rise here. From 1880 to 2020, the global mean sea level graph shows a consistent upward trend over time, with an increase by 250 millimeters just over a century. Besides, the pace of it is also increasing since the slope is becoming steeper with time. Humans also suffer from more frequent extreme weather events. According to the United Nations, extreme weather has killed 2 million people in the last 50 years, causing $202 million in losses daily, and while 79% of all events experience some human impact. From all the data that we have seen, I believe it's pretty obvious now that the climate change is real. You might have another question. Why is climate change happening? Well, most scientists believe that the culprit of climate change is CO2, which is caused by human activities. From 1916 to 2015, the annual average concentration of CO2 slightly increased from less than 320 to 410 parts per million. Higher concentration of CO2 contributes to climate change by warming up the planet. Let's take a look at the scatter plot. The red line shows here a strong positive correlation between CO2 emissions and temperature anomalies, suggesting that increasing CO2 emissions raises the temperature. Oh, okay. So that was a lot of graphs, right? To summarize, climate change is happening and can be measured in very different ways. We also learned that the main culprit of climate change is CO2 emissions from human activities. Therefore, I believe we are not apart from climate change. We are a part of it.